All right. Oh my gosh, Misty, do you have a new kitten? Oh my God, can we just see the kitten? Because I mean, kittens just make everything amazing. Oh my goodness, look at this little baby. Oh my God, so cute. Oh my God, I can't. He's like, Mom, what are you doing to me? Oh my God, congratulations. So cute. Oh my God. Puppies. Oh, everyone's got their pets. This is definitely the best part of virtual anything is the animals. Everyone's got their animals. All right, excuse me. So, hi, week 2. I sound worse than I am, but I am fighting something. It's just, I can't get it to go away. It's not COVID though. I keep testing. It's not COVID. It just doesn't want to leave. I don't know, maybe it's allergy. So anyway, I sound awful. I'm going to be sneezing and coughing and blowing my nose, but it's all good. Just didn't want you guys to worry. And I'm super excited. Every week it gets better and better. Ready? Camera 1. Camera 2. Home. Literally what I do in my spare time. Okay, so we have a lot to get through. I'm gonna look at my notes here because I just have no memory anymore. But I sent you guys out an email and I'm gonna try to remember to continue to do that just so you kind of have an idea of what to expect. I think that's important. So we're gonna go through scapular isolations just in the warm-up a little more organically. We're gonna start to use the dip turn more in application. So we're gonna look at a traditional back hook with a less traditional exit. Then we're gonna look through a back hook step through. Then we're gonna look at just a basic walk into a fin kick and hopefully get in the beginning of some inverting conditioning. Don't worry, your feet will still be on the floor. So that's kind of what my plan is. We'll do like a 15-minute warm up and then just, see how we feel. Hold on one sec. Again, keep in mind, the reason I'm not doing a huge crazy warm up is because we're not using our legs in the way that we would be in like a more advanced class. We're not doing leg hooks yet. We're not climbing yet. We're not doing any of those things. So that's that. I feel like this is a little low. There we go. Okay. All right. So with that said, you guys good? Thumbs up. Awesome. All right. Let's do this. Okay. Oops. And I'm just gonna put this on do not disturb. Okay. Music. And let's go. So guys, does it sound okay? Can you guys hear me? Alright, I have a different mic, so I want to test it out today. Alright, here we go. And inhale, up. Press it down. 3 more times. Inhale, up. Press it down. 2 more times. Up. Press it down. Last one. Up. Press knees, toes, front, shoulders, front, ears, back, down. For 3, for 2, for 1. Roll it out. Slow. 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 Nice. Reverse. Take it back. Ears, front, down. 2 more. Nice. And slow. Slow. Nice. To the ribs. Front and back. 2, 3, 4. Going to 8. One more. Side to side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, gonna box it out. Front, side, back, side. 3, 2, 1. And circle. 2, 3. Last one. Reverse the box. Nice. And circle. Nice. Come center. And tuck and tilt. Woo! Get on the beat in a second. Slow it down a little bit. Here we go. Turn it out. Side to side. Nice. Knees, toes, front, and melt. Tuck it under, roll it up. Again, and melt. Under, roll it up. 2 more. Under, roll it up. The last one. Roll it up, wait for it. Reverse back, chin, chest. Dive, keep the knees soft. Dive. 2 more. Last one. Stand tall, flat back, arms out. Shake the booty. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn to the right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way for 4, 3, 2. Last time. Hands on the floor. Down and up. 2 and up. 3, 4. We're going to speed it up. Down and up. 2. Squeeze the butt. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it up. Julie, I don't know if you care, but I can't see you when you come down. Reach around, and we're about to lunge. It's totally up to you. Side to side. Nice. For 4. There you go, better, thank you. 2, 1. Hold it and churn into a line. Grab your blocks if you have some. If you don't, that's all right as well. Drop the hips, pull the thighs in, drop the chin, look up. And down. 2. Down. 3. Last one. Look up. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn back to center. Come up and over to the other side. And lunge it out. Drop the chin to the chest. Squeeze the butt. Pull the thighs together. Look up and down. Squeeze the butt. 2, 3. Last one. Look up and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands turn back to center. Walk the feet in just a little bit. Come into a nice wide squat. Press the knees out. Rock side to side. Nice. Squeezing the booty. Take one hand, opening that thigh. And then coming back to center, other side. Hands on the floor. Drop the head, raise the booty. Square off the knees. Feet, ankles, legs, everything. And pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just walk the feet in a little bit. And you're gonna walk to the right side, wrapping it around, twisting up, opening the shoulder, roll the wrist. 4, down. Soften the knees for a second. Straighten, bring it to the other side. Wrap it around. Reach up, rotate the wrist. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. And coming back down. Walk your hands to one side of your mat. Feet to the other. Coming into a plank, we're going to do 8 shoulder taps. If you need to do them on your knees, that's fine. And it's okay to let the body rock to shift the weight. That's fine. Just don't let the booty come up. So down here in a nice plank. Here we go. Tap. That's 1, 2. Keep the booty down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Push back. Walk the feet in, pedal it out. Start to make some hip swivels side to side. Nice. Come up onto the balls of the feet. Bring the knees to the floor. Walk to the back of your mat. Make a little roll to place your knees on it. If you don't have a mat, then you can use knee pads if you want. It's up to you. All right, so from here, we're going to open our knees, feet together, coming into a child's pose, and then lifting the hips. Nice straight spine. We're going to do our scapular isolations. So shoulders to the ears, pull away. Here we go. For 7, and down. 6, down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it center, readjust if you need to, and wrap it in, squeeze it together. Protract, retract. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. And slide it back. Shake out from the elbows. Take a sip of water if you have it. Awesome. Coming back through. Just have a seat. We're going to do some tilting and tucking with our elbows. Sitting up nice and tall. Abs are engaged. Squeezing the butt to get off our sit bones. Arms are going to be out in front. Here we go. And we're going to tuck. 2, 3, 4, and tilt. 3 more. And tuck. Really lead with the pelvis. And up. 2 more times. Tuck. And up. Last time. And tuck. And up. And bring it back. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Walk the feet in. Arms are super straight. Holding it here. Alternate with the back arm. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yep. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it here. Straighten the legs. And flex the feet. Roll it down. Shake it out. Walk the feet in. Tuck your pelvis to press your lower back into the floor. You're going to take your elbows into your waist. Arms are at 90 degrees. Tuck the pelvis. You're going to squeeze. Imagine like you're squeezing a metal bar, but it's not going to let you bring the arms together. So we're here, and we're squeezing that bar, squeezing that bar, squeezing that bar. And then all of a sudden the bar expands. Keeping your elbows on the floor, tucking the pelvis. Try to see if you feel anything between the shoulder blades. And come back up. Again, get ready. Here we go. And squeeze. 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 And then open back up. Keeping 90 degrees, you're gonna open up to bring your elbows, whoops, in line with your shoulders. Try to get every part of your hand, wrist on the floor. Don't let your fingers come up. Don't let your wrist come up. Everything stays connected. It's gonna be harder than you think. And then we're gonna slide the arms up, but don't bring the hands closer together. Come back down. 2 more times. Keep everything on the floor. 1 more time. Nice. And relax. Shake everything out. Bring one knee into the chest. Open it out to the side. Bring it all the way to the floor so that your hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. So one on top of the other. Don't let this shin come off the floor. You want to put a block under your head, you can, and come back. See if you can get that back hand or arm on the floor. Bend at the elbow, come back through. Bend at the elbow, come back through. Last one. Trap that front leg. Sweep it around. Nice. Come back to center, just a quick figure 4 stretch. Nothing crazy. And then we're going to switch the legs. I'm just going to turn around. You don't have to. I'm just doing this so I don't turn away from you. So bring the leg in, open it out to the side. Bring it across and let everything stack. Keep that chin on the floor. And we're going to open it up. Bend at the elbow. Almost there. Come back again. Bend at the elbow. One more time. Trap that front leg. Sweep the arm overhead. Nice. And then figure 4 on the other side. Nice. And then just extend the leg, reach it out. Other one chases it. Heel both legs up. Basic arch to seated. I'm just going to turn back so I'm facing this way. Flexing the feet. Bring your hands to the outside of the ankle. Swivel around. Nice. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. Roll the shoulders. Slide your scapula down your back. Squeeze your butt. Tuck your pelvis. Straighten your arms and then pull. Think of pulling on the floor. Nice. And walk it back. And release it down. Press back. Child's pose, rock side to side. Slide forward into a puppy pose. Make sure that you are wrapping your armpits in when you do this, so that your elbows are turning to the floor. And pull back. Tuck through. Nice. All right, just a quick little straddle. I'm not even doing anything big. Like, I'm going pretty shallow. Nothing crazy. Pointing and flexing my feet. Nice. And then shake it out. If you have like a stretchy band or a strap or a belt or a towel, just something that you can hold to bring over your head, go and grab that for me. All right, so I have this, oopsies, TheraBand here. All right, so, or I'm just gonna back up a little bit. So when we do this, just grabbing whatever it is, you're gonna, when you bring your arms forward, you can let the shoulder blades separate and slide up, come together as you come back. We're gonna just do this 8 times. Forward and back. Trying to keep the hands as close together in the back. And if you get to somewhere where it's like a little sticky, you want to kind of floss it out, you can. Sometimes I like to turn in as I go forward and up and back around. But I have very bad shoulder mobility, but trying to keep the hands as close together as possible. Nice. We're going to do 8 total. Try to have the hands move together. I think I have 2 more. And then when you're done, just shake everything out, preferably from the elbows, not just the wrists. All right, how do we feel? Good? Warm enough? Awesome. All right, let's put our stuff away and let's get to it. Clean our poles. All right. Mats away. Oops. All right. Okay, so I actually, while we were warming up, I decided I want to do the conditioning first, so that if you guys want to do it, more often than just in class, at least you know what you're doing, and I think that is super important. Oops, that's a little too much. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so we're going to look at something that I call a waist hold. It is going to replace the chopper. Okay, the chopper is gone forever. What that means is you are going to need skin here. Yes, so you can just roll your pants down and lift your shirt up, whatever, but you need this. You need your waist, okay? The other thing is, if you remember, we want to think about turning our armpits up to the ceiling, okay? So we want to think of keeping our elbows to the floor and externally rotating and thinking about sliding the scapula together and down the back. Yes, and that will create external rotation. And you can just, you'll see if you move here, you're moving from the elbows, yes? I think, I was pretty sure we did it in this class. Did we do it in this class where we took the paper towels under the arm? Did we do that? No? Okay. If you have a yoga block or paper towels or even like a bottle of water, something that's not too hard, and you place it underneath your arm here, keeping your shoulder down, you're going to externally rotate, meaning you're going to turn your armpit up to the ceiling like this. And then I want you to think of squeezing the block with your arm, and you should feel all of these muscles here fire. You guys feel that? I know, it's crazy, right? All right, try it on both sides. In a perfect world, we would have 2 of these and we could do it together. So again, you're going to think of externally rotating, meaning everything is going to turn up, shoulder stays away from the ear, and then you're going to squeeze it. Yes, okay. So this is called packing your shoulders, all right? Packing your shoulders means that you are preparing the shoulder joint to bear weight. So when we go into this waist hold, it's very important that you try to not use your hands or your biceps, but we're going to use our back. So I'm going to want you to envision squeezing those paper towels, even though they're not there, okay? So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna come to the pole. Remember how we used to do this? Okay, we're not gonna do that anymore, all right? I'm gonna show you from a few different angles and then we'll do it all together. But the first thing that I'm gonna do is walk my feet forward, and you'll see that my elbow is by my hip, my hand is open, yes? And I'm leaning back. I can even bend my knees, and then I'm packing my shoulders, okay? If I was to do this facing forward, I like to get this wrap first. Try to keep the hand open because that's gonna force you to use your back. Then you're gonna find your natural waist. You can use the other hand to get into it. You're gonna walk your feet forward, externally rotate, and think of the elbow being by the hip bone. Then again, armpits up to the ceiling, squeeze your butt here, okay? And then from the back, it would look like this here, okay? I'm not arching this way. I'm just leaning back enough so that I can engage through my T-zone. My arm is bent at a 90-degree angle and my palm is open. Can I see you guys try that? Yes. Nice, Amanda. Amanda, you might want to take your socks off. Yeah. So, Julia, do you see how your pole is in your, so right now your pole is in your bicep. See how you have this window here, right? See that you have this, like this window here? I don't want that. I want the forearm to be totally flush with the pole.
Sorry, my connection keeps cutting out, so I missed a lot of that.
That's okay. So I want your forearm to be basically your elbow, your forearm, your wrist, and your hand should all be connected. Your bicep is totally free. Yes. And it's like you can create a hinge almost. There you go, better. Yes. You feel that difference? Yes. Nice. Awesome. Yep. So Corey, you are, if I remember correctly, you're a pretty tall drink of water. So walk your feet a little bit further and bend your legs. Because what I don't want you guys to do is, I want you to think of lowering your center of gravity, but not going up and back down, right? So we don't want to think of an arch here. And if I turn my armpits up to the ceiling here, now if I need to, I can grab the other hand, but it's going to be right on top. And you might have to even lower the hands more because ideally I want both elbows. There you go. That's way better, Corey. Yes, I want both elbows. Everyone, this looks great. Almost touching your hip bones. It's gonna feel lower than it should. That's okay. All right, so this position here, when you do this, are you guys, point on your body where you're feeling something. This would just be your back. This would be your arm. This would be your butt. Where do you feel the muscles firing? Yes, so kind of, it should hopefully be the same place that you felt with the newspaper. And maybe a little bicep, right? Give me a thumbs up if yes. Okay, so Corey, if you're feeling it in your lower back, that means that you're arching. That's what I was talking about. Think of tucking your pelvis a little bit. So you're more, instead of being like a bridge, you guys are more like a coffee table. Do you know what I mean? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, yes, nice, Liz. Awesome. This is what we're gonna do for literally the next few weeks. I'm gonna go through this. I'll do it from a few different angles, but this is where inches make all the difference, right? If you ever thought like, well, how much can an inch really make the difference? We know a lot, right? Wink, wink. Okay, so what we want to remember is one, we want to walk the feet pretty far out and bend and externally rotate. I don't want to lean so far back that I'm starting to arch, but I want to be able to contract my core so that I can see you. Okay? And then once we get, does this position make sense? Can everyone see my alignment here? Okay, great. So now if this works, you could slide this down even more and then grab right on top. And now you're going to think of turning this armpit to the ceiling. Yes? Also, Corey, squeeze your butt as hard as you can. If you're not squeezing your butt, you're probably getting some compression in your lower back. So like squeeze like old man butt. And then with the outside leg, push into the pole. So I'm pushing my energy this way. Yes. All right. Awesome. We hang out here. We hang out here. Ready? Pick up the inside leg. Just the inside. Okay, if you can't, what I want you to look at is one, look how far my feet are. Okay? My hips are the closest to the pole and my chest is almost on the same level and I'm externally rotating here. Yes? I'm gonna go overhead once. If you can't pick up a leg, that's okay. You can also try to just take a little bit of the foot off the floor. So if I'm here, okay, you can see how wide my feet are from the pole. Yes, here, and I'm pushing into the pole with this foot, and I'm right here like this. Yes, then if I want to, I can take this leg up and place it back down. Yeah, maybe I just bring it up a little tiny bit. Maybe I don't bring it up at all, and I just stay here working on utilizing my upper back. Yeah? Hold on, stand by. Okay, how'd that work? Kind of, sorta?
My connection isn't
Yeah.
working. I think I'm just going to have to use the recording because I can't.
That's okay, you can hang out if you want. I mean, it's up to you. Julia, you can always send me videos if you have questions about stuff, okay? But you're welcome to stay. It doesn't bother me if it cuts in and out. I'm fine with it. So if you want to try. Yes, Amanda, yes. Sarah, question.
Yeah, when you say you're pushing in to the pole from the outside leg, I'm not totally sure what you mean.
Yep, okay, so if I was like, so I'm pushing into the floor this way. Like I'm pushing my energy so that my waist is, it's almost like if I wanted to look around the pole, I have to push my energy sideways, right? So that I'm really getting in the smushy part, yes? What you'll start to notice is your back will fatigue way before your arms. Yes, and that's also why I'm telling you guys, try to keep an open hand. So when you close your hand, your body likes to automatically fire the bicep, right? And we don't, not that we don't want that, but we don't want that to be the main thing. So just playing with this, just getting comfortable with this, right? Figuring out, all right, where am I? Where am I at? Where am I at? How do I feel here? Okay. That's all. I don't want you to invert. I don't want you to straighten your arms. I just want you to try to do this hold maybe one other time before next week. Okay. A great way to kind of, if you're like, well, what am I supposed to do with my back? Go get your bounty. Right? I'm here. Yes, and that will, right now, you don't need to know what they're called. You don't need to know anything. You just need to create, yes, an awareness. that you're like, I'm using my back and it feels different. Yeah? Okay,
And
cool.
are
Let's
your-
move on. Yes,
I have a quick
go
question.
ahead.
Um,
Of course.
are your feet like almost, are you like, if you did it overhead one more time, are your feet almost like, is the pole almost centered with for your feet, you know?
I want a knee-jerk reaction and say yes, but let me just double check. So, I'm gonna do two views for you. The pole is not centered, but I think the most important thing is that my butt is not on the pole. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not leaning my butt on the pole.
That's helpful, thank you.
Yes. Yep. And let me show you from the front one more time. Yes, Amanda. It's gonna look like the pole is kind of going down the inside leg. Here, I'll do it from the back. So if I'm here, like this, you can see where it is, and then whoop, if you see here, you can see how my butt's not on the pole. Okay? Awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right, let's start to look at a back hook to a double attitude exit. So you can put pants on. I'm going to, so I stay warm. You can put knee pads on if you want. I'll show you what this looks like, and then we'll break it down. The exit I'm gonna bring you into is different than the traditional triangle kneeling thing on the floor, just because I feel like that's a shape we don't use a whole lot. Like rarely are you ever gonna be in that shape ever again, other than that spin, okay? So I'll show you what it's gonna look like. Please do not do it yet. I will just demo it once. Here. Voila. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do, yes? Let's look at the end first. It'll be a lot easier if you know where you're going, okay? So basically, what's gonna happen is you're gonna be moving backwards, okay? So you could think like, oh, I'm moving backwards like this, yes? And your knees are kind of pointing forward and you're moving backwards. And then, as you get really low to the floor, here, your knees are going to point forwards and you lay down. So basically, if you were going around like this, you're just gonna go whoop here. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. And then there you go. Yes. Yep, so again, if I'm going around and around and around, away from the pole. Yes, one more time. Around and around and around, away from the pole. Now, what's interesting that you're gonna notice is the pole is gonna start to find that waist piece, okay? So as it does that, and you start to turn, I want you to think of reaching your back around the pole. And you'll see that the pole is gonna end up here, back in my waist again. You wanna try to think of making a circle with your body rather than a square, okay? So if we just try the other side quick, so we're going around like this, yada, 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 and then all of a sudden I turn my knees away from the pole, right? And I lay down. It's very, very dramatic. Yeah, and again, you should feel the pole touching through the back, through the waist, really the back of the waist. Yes, give me a thumbs up if this makes sense. Awesome, okay. So now, I'm gonna take these off so you can see. We're gonna learn this in steps, okay? And the first thing that I want you to feel, we're gonna stand next to the pole. We're gonna come back into this forearm hold. This should look very familiar because we just did it here, okay? We're gonna come up onto the ball of the foot, and I want you to notice that my elbow is in line with my shoulder, okay? And I'm gonna turn that armpit up to the ceiling. This arm is gonna reach around and in front. Then I'm gonna turn that armpit up to the ceiling. And then I'm gonna reach my leg away here. And you'll notice that both of my arms are in front of me. They're not to the side, they're in front of me. Okay, so again, if we were to do this together on the other side, I'm gonna find that forearm, I'm gonna come up to the ball of the foot. Here, I'm gonna turn that armpit up to the ceiling. I'm gonna grab overhead, I'm gonna turn that armpit to the ceiling, and then I just reach away. And you can even think, what I tell people sometimes is, you can like think of like listening to your butt. Hello, butt. Here, okay? All we're gonna do from here is come back until the pole touches the back of the leg. That's it. Stop. Yep. Just try that on both sides. Boom. Amazing. Yes. So what I want you to see is that as long as you keep your foot on the floor, the pole is gonna get in your way, and that's what you want. Okay? You have to keep that inside foot on the floor as long as possible. All right? Now we're gonna add a little more. Once we feel that here, so we're here like this, we're gonna come back. Once we feel it, then we're gonna bend both feet up and we're gonna make, hold on, I don't have my knee pads on. We're going to make that shape with our legs. Yes? Okay, so it's gonna look like this. So if I'm here, forearm, arm in front, armpits to the ceiling, listening to the butt fall back, make this shape, feet touch, around I go. Yeah. Yep. That's the idea, Amanda. Don't switch directions until the toes find the floor. Think of as soon as the toes find the floor, then you can go. Yep, that was right, Corey. Yep, that's the idea, Sarah. Liz, question?
Tessa, you do it one more time?
Of course, yeah. I'll do a little like bigger, more full out. And I'll do it from the side entrance here. So if I'm here and I'm reaching out. Yes, no, maybe. I wonder if this is my internet. Hold on. Hope it's, oh, great. It could be. All right, well, I'm not going to switch it now. Yep. There you go. Yes, Liz. Yes, Corey.
And my
Okay, so
feet switched.
okay, so like we're gonna all do something together. So a couple of things are happening. So real quick, hold on a second, Corey. Amanda, don't think up. Right? So what's happening is you're coming into your back hook, right? And you're like, whee! Like you want to go up in the air. Yeah, I don't want you to think down either, but here's what I want you guys to think about. I want you to keep this foot on the floor for as long as possible. It doesn't even have to come out. So that as I'm coming around, I'm just switching the legs. Watch just this foot. Hold on, ready? I'm so excited. Oh, wrong one. Doink. Okay, so we're here, yes. Watch the inside leg. Do you see how it stayed on the floor almost the entire time? Until the very end, okay? As long as that foot stays on the floor, you are generating rotation. The minute the foot leaves the floor, you are not generating any more rotation and the spin starts to slow down. So that's one of the things. You want to really keep that foot on the floor There you go. Yes, Misty. Nice, Julia. Yes. That was better. Yes, yes. There you go, Corey. Yeah, no, that was it, Corey. That was fine. Yes, yes, Amanda.
I'm
Okay,
overthinking.
so, hold on. You are totally overthinking. I agree with you 100% because you totally did it. Okay, so we're gonna add a little more oomph. Yes. So instead of starting sideways, we're gonna come into our sideways shape here, and we're gonna turn and face the pole. Okay? And what I want us to think about is this leg is gonna reach forward, out, and away. And look here. Do you see how this leg is internally rotated? Yes, Liz. And notice how my arm just naturally went from here to here. Right? Once I get here, boom. For me, right now, I don't know if it's because I'm very sticky, my front foot is touching down first. The foot is gonna have to come up. That was nice, Corey. The foot is gonna have to come off the ground at some point. Yes, yes, Liz. Yes, Liz, that was really nice. That was great. Yep, yep, all the way around. Yep, yes, 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 Corey. Yes, there you go, that was it. Yes. Julia, you wanna give it a try while your internet's working? Yep. Yes. Yes! Yes! That was it! That was totally it. That was great. That was great. Sarah, I would try to, if you're gonna hit this shape really solid in the air, you're gonna wanna think of, so if you guys, because a lot of you guys know a back hook spin, yes? If you guys are really hell-bent on hitting this shape, you're gonna have to open up the legs to find the floor to come down. You're gonna have to release that angle at the knee a little bit. You're gonna have to release flexion a little bit. Otherwise, you're gonna get so low that you're not gonna be able to flip directions.
Yeah, that's where I was confused.
That was
That's
nice.
coming out of it is where I was getting confused. I also don't have
Yep.
anything here, so I'm paranoid I'm gonna hit a bookcase. So
Oh, that I completely understand. All right, so what we're gonna do now is where are we with time? We're gonna take this from our dip turn, okay? And this is where we are very familiar with this hook here, okay? Here's the difference. When we hook this leg from our dip turn, I want to think of pulling my foot to my pelvis here and what I call turning the key. So I'm turning the key and kind of lifting my butt and sitting my hips back. So it's gonna look like this. So if I have my dip turn, I'm gonna come through, come up, turn the key, and come around. From here, I come up, reach out and away, and come down. That's what it's gonna look like. You guys looking like I'm fucking crazy. So here we go. Dip turn, ready? Dip turn from last week. Bum, 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 bum. Keep the leg in front, hook it up. Yes. Stick your butt out. Wrap around the pole. Nice. This forearm is going to come to the pole. This outside arm is going to walk up. And I'm going to extend this leg and start to bring it around. Yep, I'm going to adjust my hands. I'm going to pull away and come into my back hook. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Nice. Okay, so the other thing is when you come out of the dip turn, okay, keep the leg that you're standing on when you start. The leg that you're standing on when you start is the leg that comes up the pole. Yes. So that means, that was really nice, Sarah. That means that you want to keep that leg in front of the pole. Yes. Because if you go like this, right, now you're going the wrong way. Does that make sense? All right, let's play with this with some music. Hold on. Let me find a song. I don't know what, I hear like an alarm going off. Stand by. Where is what I want? Let's do, there we go. All right, so let's play with this. Try to remember to keep turning your armpits up to the ceiling, packing your shoulders. Nice. Yes. There you go. Yes, Corey. Yes. Yes, yes. Nice. Yep. Yes, yes, yes. This looks great. Oh my God, Corey, that I didn't realize it was a puppy. He is so cute. Look at this puppy.
Yeah. He's
How old?
he's 14, almost 14 weeks.
Oh my God, you guys, look at this dog. Look at this puppy. Like, even if you don't like dogs, everybody loves puppies. She's literally doing her back hook and he's just sitting here like this. Staring at her. Like, what you doing, Ma? All right, so this is a really good start. I want to keep moving forward and looking at some other things, but any questions about this? Did it start to make sense and start to flow? Okay, cool. The most important things to remember are, one, keep thinking armpits to the ceiling, armpits to the ceiling. Yes, that will force the shoulders away from the ears. Yes, if you guys notice, you were never like this. At no point did your shoulders ever start to kind of sneak up to the ears or the head, right? So that's number one. Number two is try to keep the initial foot on the floor as long as possible, but as long as possible, meaning at some point it is going to come up, yes? And what else? I guess really that's it for now. I mean, we could look at a lot of different things, but I want to keep going. So in an effort to maintain nice shoulders, we are going to move on to a fan kick and a back step into a fan kick, and then we can put all of these things together, okay? So let's see. I'll just show you the fan kick that I like to do, and it is different, but again, it supports the aesthetic that I teach. So if I'm here and I'm behind my pole, okay? So versus a more conventional fan kick, which would be here, okay? I don't even do that one very well, but the one that I'm going to teach you is going to start to teach you how to use this part of your body. It's going to continue to keep your arms close into the body, elbows pointing down, and it's going to bring you to the other side of the pole, which is the point. That's the point of a fan kick, is to get to the other side. So if you notice, I don't know if I called it out today, but I have my tape here at my 7 and 5 o'clock. Yes. So I'm going to start standing on my outside leg at 5 o'clock in like a pelican here. And I want to just kind of stick my butt on the pole a little bit, so I have some friction. Yes. If you have pants on, obviously you're not going to have friction, but that's okay. But your butt should be pushing into the pole. All right. So then the bottom arm, or the inside arm, is going to be something called an under wrap. So if you can see, my forearm is completely on the other side of the pole, and the bone is going across diagonally here. So I'm creating this diagonal hold like this. Yes. So if I'm on this side, I'm here like this. See how I have it here? Yes. Can you guys see that okay? Just want to try one thing. Stand by. Try it on both sides. Here. Can you guys see? Okay. This hand is going to go right on top. All right. And I want to think again of pushing my hip into the pole. Yes. This leg is going to extend and it's going to fan, and I'm going to bring my foot, my initial foot, all the way around to the other side of the pole. So where my tape is, right here. So if I'm here, under wrap, over wrap, pulling the pole out of the ceiling, extend, fan, one foot. Then the top hand must overwrap again, and I pull to bring the other foot around. Yes, kind of, sort of. Leg is a little too high, Corey. Just think of it as like here, and around. Yep, but you want to come to the back of the pole. That was a good start, Sarah. Yes, nice, Liz. All right, hold on one second. I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, so you guys see my tape here, right? Okay, so if I start here, this foot is going to end here. So if I start at 5 o'clock, my inside leg comes down at 7 o'clock, and then I come back to 5 o'clock. See how my feet are right on my tape? Right, so if I start at 5 o'clock here, this is going to go to 7 o'clock, continue to pivot, other leg comes back to 5 o'clock again. Better, yes, Amanda. Yep, that's a good start, Corey. Yes, Sarah. Yes, Liz. Nice, Misty. Okay, so yeah. All right, that was better, Amanda.
I have a question.
So pause for a second. Yeah.
So we're using the funny grip kind of thing. So how is that different than using the regular for a fan kick?
So two things. One, in a regular fan kick, I don't even know what kind of grip you would use. Is it like a bicep hold or something? Yeah, okay, you can't rotate, right? So if you're here in a bicep grip, right, I can't rotate because now I'm wrapping into myself, right? If I'm here under gripping, do you see how it unwinds? Yes, the other thing is I'm not pulling necessarily down with this arm, I'm pushing in. So that was the thing I was going to get to, was don't think up. Okay, don't think up. You want to think that you are rolling over the leg. So all you're doing is pulling down to maintain the height that you're at. I'm not pulling up to come down.
And that's what I'm
Okay.
doing.
Yep, that's okay. That's totally fine. You figured it out before I even saw it, so that's great. Yes, think of you're maintaining, there you go, yes. Yes, nice. So the question, why are we doing this? Well, a couple of reasons. One, I know a lot of you aren't true intro students, but I know there are a lot that are signed up that are doing the replay. Right now, your shoulder is not ready to lift your body weight with your arms away from your body. Okay, usually, most people. So we are retraining the muscles of the T-zone, so your scapulostabilizer muscles, the muscles around your spine, your rotator cuff stabilizer, or your rotator cuff stabilizer muscles, your traps, lower traps, upper traps, middle traps, all of those muscles, we are retraining those muscles to fire when the shoulder is bearing weight. And the easiest way for those muscles to fire and the most natural is when your humerus bone is into your body. So if you've noticed between last week and this week, everything we've done, our elbows have been pointing down or the arms have been in front of us. So even the dip turn, do you remember the dip turn? The arm was in front of us, right? So we're not here, yes? So we're not ready to pull up into anything yet. Also, we want to think of, remember, this is round, okay? So really, for my aesthetic of pole dancing, I rarely think up or down. It is always, I'm going to corkscrew up, I'm going to corkscrew down. And the analogy that I give is it's like the difference between if you have a screw and a piece of wood, right? And you screw the screw in and it threads into the piece of wood. And usually, unless you got like a knot or something in the wood, it's pretty smooth. Versus a hammer and a nail, right? Same action, or not really same action, same thing is going in, but one's like wham, 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 wham. And it actually takes a lot of exertion, where the other one you can just kind of sit there and talk to somebody. This is me. I don't want to work that hard. Yes. There is a time and a place to learn how to do a pull-up, but we are not there yet. Yes. The other thing is, if you think about, this is the last thing, and then we're gonna look at one other thing. What I want you to start to recognize is it easier for you to move around the pole when your body is more perpendicular rather than straight? And I'll show you what I mean. In a traditional fan, I'm gonna do my best, yes, or even in my fan, if I keep my body completely upright, oh my God, there's only so much space I can go, okay? I in my own way, there's no pivot point, right? Because my whole body is connected. But what do we know? Intersecting lines are stronger than parallel ones. So if I can create an intersecting line with my body, now I'm working less. Right? So Amanda, your body already started to do it naturally. I don't know if you noticed that, but as soon as you started to rotate, as you got here, you were like, oh, wait a second, I can totally, like you got a lot of rotation. That is gonna be more valuable than, if I want you to get stronger and I want you to do pull-ups, I'm gonna say, put on a shirt, let's do some pull-ups on the pole, right? This is a different approach, yes? So let's use this in application, okay? So we have our dip turn, yes? Again, remember our dip turn, I always like to use in the beginning, the 5 o'clock and the 7 o'clock. So if I'm standing at 5 o'clock, I'm gonna step to 7 o'clock. Boom, I'm twisting and I externally rotate, pack the shoulder, arm stays in front. I come here. Yes? All right. So we could pull up into our fold, into our back step, but instead, we're gonna do another commonly used movement phrase, which is a closed back step. You already know everything you need to know. This arm is going to come into a forearm hold again. Boom, right here, 90 degrees, armpit to the ceiling. This leg is gonna passe up. I'm gonna look in the direction that I'm going, and I'm gonna pivot and step back. Oh shit, look at that. And you're right there, okay? Yes, get around that pole, Sarah. So I'm switching a lot of cameras, which is why my head is getting cut off. So
At
I'm
what
watching-
point are you switching the grip from the, that
give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's where Corey gets stuck too. You're talking about in the back step? From the dip turn to the back, okay, yeah. All right. Yep, hold on. I love that you guys are so eager. Oops, wrong camera. I can't keep up with you. Okay, so just like the feet are exchanging, just think of the arms constantly exchanging. Forearm wrap, forearm wrap, forearm wrap, forearm wrap, okay? Remember that when you do this, elbows are pointing down, armpit is to the ceiling, okay? Also, remember that your body can only travel as far as the back of your hand. So you might have to readjust. So when we do the dip turn, I'm starting at my 5, I'm gonna step to my 7, I'm gonna twist, externally rotate, come around. I'm in this forearm wrap, I'm gonna switch. Yes, I pick up this leg in a closed passe. Think of just bringing it back here, like this, and pivot, step back. Yes, you're gonna have to readjust this arm. You'll be like this. As you start to grab, you readjust that inside arm. Right, so if I'm here like this, I grab. As I start to go, I readjust that arm. Does that make sense? Yeah? Yes, Amanda! So good. Misty, you okay? Your cat just wants to snuggle with you? Yes, Corey. All right, so let's put this all together. I've gotten through a lot, yes? So we have dip turn, hook, wrap, big back hook to what I call a double attitude exit. That's what this leg shape is. Right now, I'm gonna let you get up however you want, okay? Once you get back up, preferably not like that, then if you want, you can do your dip turn, back step, fan kick, okay? Yes? So 2 different little short sequences that we're working on together, yeah? All right, hold on. Give me a sec. Here we go.
Chill. Take a mind from it.
Keep packing your shoulders, armpits to the ceiling.
Feel the morning on my face. Ain't a pill that I didn't take.
Yes!
Just a lifetime, it's been a long day.
Yes, Misty.
I'm asleep.
Misty's reading my mind.
Relax. Camouflage. And don't forget your hat.
Yes!
Rucksack. White stacks. You're dead man. You better rid of that gas. You gonna run game and don't ever run you. When the bitch
Lower your hands, Sarah. They're too high.
you say fuck a feel so bad.
Yes, Miss Corey, yes.
Yeah, talk to me. About to make a big deal. Hot roll, and I'm in for the kill. Top roll, bitches looking like a meal. Contour, pockets sitting to me, can't feel no.
All right, you guys, this is really, really, really good. Really, really, really good. Yes. It's interesting because I know most of you pretty well. So I know a lot of you, it's relearning, right? Which sometimes is harder than learning from scratch. Yeah. People who are watching on the replay, if you have truly never pole danced before, hopefully this is making sense. Obviously, you can send me videos, you can send me messages, you can send me email. You know how to find me. And you can ask, am I doing this correctly, or am I on the right track? I don't want anybody to feel, like they're on their own just because they can't come to the class. But let's just do a quick check-in. How does our body feel? How do our shoulders feel? How does our back feel? Do we feel anything?
My shoulders were actually hurting going into this, and they feel better. I don't know. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, we did do a little shoulder, like rotator cuff, scap stabilizer PT. I try to work that into the warm up because it's a really good way to kind of just get everything. So, definitely go back and watch the warm up, and you'll know when it's happening. Anybody else?
Today was just a much better day than last week for me, for sure. Just physically, mentally, everything.
I totally, well, I think you and I kind of spoke a little bit, but I think the first class is always really hard when it's a completely new approach, right? It's like you're an oil painter and all of a sudden you're going to take a watercolor class, right? It's like, wait, what? So try to remember that. And, I think it's important also. What I try to remind people is I'm not saying that what other people teach is wrong by any stretch of the imagination. I'm simply saying to create the aesthetic of the liquid motion look, or the aesthetic that I give when I'm dancing and teaching, these are the skill sets, these are the muscles, these are the exercises that are going to help you achieve that. But at the end of the day, you want to be able to kind of pick and choose from everybody. So like, I'm going to use some dance terms. If you don't know who these people are, you should definitely Google them. But, maybe on Monday, I'm a little George Balanchine, but then on Thursday, I'm more like the Bolshoi, and then on Friday, I'm all about Martha Graham. You know what I mean? Like, it's not everything is going to work for everybody, but for me, I feel like if I can inform you and give you pepper you with information, then you can decide what you like and what you don't like, versus me saying to you, this is how you should do it all the time. I'm not about that life. I will always keep you safe, and in that sense, and if you ever ask me to teach something that I feel is, if you're like, Jenny, let's do Fongies. No, I'll send you to Sam. But anyway, so let's just do a quick opening of the chest. So, excuse me. We'll do some standing first, and then we'll come back onto the floor. Try to remember, you have, I know I'm throwing a lot at you, you have your superficial muscles, the big ones, your deltoids, your lats, your upper, middle, lower traps, okay? Those are the ones that are gonna wanna run and work first. Then underneath those, you have all the stabilizers, the ones that we refer to as the T-zone. When those get tired or they're not working, all of this picks up. So that's why we want to go in and try to open this up again, okay? Because it's probably been working a little over time. So fingers and thumb are together, placing your hand on the pole, or you can put it on the wall, it's up to you. And then you're going to gently turn away, keep the shoulder away from the ear, armpit up to the ceiling, and try to lock out the elbow. It should feel real nervy through like the hand. and then rotate back in and come around to the other side. Same thing. And rotate through. And come back. And now we're gonna come down onto the floor. Ugh. So can you guys see this line here? You see this tape? Okay, so if you had a yoga mat, you could use the yoga. I don't even know what camera I'm looking at right anymore. There's so many. You could use a yoga mat, but I like to use something because you want your deltoid, your shoulder cap, and your elbow to be on the same plane. If you have planks on your floor, some of you are on a hardwood floor, you can use the planks on your floor, yes? Because the minute we twist, the elbow is gonna wanna move, all right? So I'm gonna take my right hand underneath my right shoulder, elbow is into the body. I'm gonna pick up the right leg. I'm gonna continue to either gaze forward or at the floor. Do not turn sideways. And I'm gonna twist. If you need to walk the elbow out a little bit, but you wanna make sure that the elbow is the same plane as the shoulder. And you should get a really nice stretch through your bicep insertion, through your pec. If you want to push with this hand to get a little more, but keep connected to the floor. Oh. And then just roll back to center. A good rule of thumb, if you're breathing, if you are pushing through a stretch or a move and your breathing becomes altered, that is usually a good sign. Sorry, I'm too close to the pole. That is usually a good sign that you are doing too much. So you want to be able to breathe naturally, and that will actually allow your body to rest. And then come back through. All right, guys, so here's my advice. You are all grown adults, you can do what you want. Let's say tomorrow you wake up and you're like, I want to pole dance. I'm going to advise against that, first of all, because we did do spins. Spins are a lot on the stabilizers. If you're like, nope, I have to pole dance, please don't do any spins. Do things where your arms are close into your body. Do climbs, something where you're compact and more here, not out here. Yeah. Waves. Yeah. Just try to stay away just for 24 hours. It'll be there in 72, and 48, and 48.
Hey, I don't have to work on my showcase.
I hope you guys. Say that again, Amanda.
I said, yay, I don't have to work on my showcase. Routine.
Yes, if you could bet you guys and be like, no, Jenny said I can't pole dance tomorrow. Sorry. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. And everyone on the replay, thank you as well. Please, anybody, whether you're here in person or on the replay, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. And obviously, keep checking in with your body, for the next day or two to see how you feel. Things should feel pretty normal. Have a great, what is it, Wednesday? Wednesday.
Thank you, Jenny.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.